Welcome to the April 12th, 2017 Board of Trustee meeting. Tonight we'll be opening the meeting with a moment of silence followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Tonight's moment of silence is in memory of one of Delhi's first ladies, Carol Ryan. Carol was the wife of Jack Ryan and loving mother of our own employee Dan Ryan, Delhi's past fiscal officer Ken Ryan, and Karen Bass. She was grandmother of 5 and great-grandmother of 2. Carol was one of the first members of Delhi's Citizens on Patrol and co-founder owner of Mr. Muggs. We send our deepest condolences to her family. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, Mr. Luby.
Good motion 2017-093, approve the minutes from the Board of Trustees meeting held on March 29th, 2017, and dispense with the reading.
I move motion 2017-093.
Second the motion.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Motion 2017-094, approve bills for payment.
I move motion 2017-094.
Second the motion.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Motion carries.
Motion 2017-095, approve payment of overtime for pay period ending March 28th, 2017.
I move motion 2017-095.
Second the motion.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Resolution 2017-091, resolution approving purchase order obligations incurred on behalf of the Township by the Township Administrator, authorizing payment of certain purchase order obligations and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Any discussion on this resolution?
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Mr. Libby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Oswald?
Yes.
Passes.
Resolution 2017-092, resolution budgeting revenues, amending appropriations for expenses, authorizing transfers, and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Any discussion on this resolution?
I'll offer you a little bit of an explanation so it's clear what's going on. There's several actions happening with this resolution. There was a $12,000 donation, I believe it was 2015, from the Delhi Civic Association for playground or park-related improvements, and finally there's been a decision on what to do with that, which Mr. Torbeck will talk about a little bit later. This is taking that $12,000, which is sitting in the general fund, moving it to the park fund, and then to the expense line for the playground equipment.
Okay, thank you.
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Oswald?
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Also, as far as significant transactions over the last 2 weeks, we did have a purchase of 3 police cars plus the equipment for a total of $92,000. We spent $27,000 for the new roof here on the admin building. And we also have a check for $218,000 for the construction of the firehouse, which according to the draw, looks like we're 96% complete.
Okay,
That's
thank
all
you.
I have.
Okay, special presentations tonight. Lieutenant Dan, are you going to introduce? Okay, we're having the ALL Fight for Air Climb first place recognition. If you can give us a little information about it, please.
One at a time. Thank you very much. So I'll just give you a little bit of information about the event. So the American Lung Association puts this kind of event on, the Fight for Air Climb. It's a fundraising, event for them. They've done this fundraising event for the last 11 years, and they actually do this several events across the country. They usually raise about $150,000 to $180,000 each year. They do about 50 climb events across the country, and there's usually about 30,000 participants. So with this event here in Cincinnati was in February this year. So they have several climb events as far as that civilians can participate in, and then the last event that they have is what they call the Firefighter Challenge, which is any fire department from the area can participate. And you can do like an individual climb, but usually you form a team where each team has to have at least 3 participants. And so what they do is, we wear all of our firefighter gear. So, the helmet, the coat, the air tank, pants, boots, everything. And so we climb 804 steps or 45 flights, and then that is timed. So what they do is they take the top 3 best times from each team and add those together, and that makes the firefight, that makes your team time. So this year they had 53 firefighters participate, and there was 10 teams, and obviously happy to report that our team was number 1. So this is the 5th straight year that we've been number 1 in a row. We participated in this event for 6 years. And so we feel like this is a really good cause as far as, promoting for the American Lung Association. All the money that is raised from this event in Cincinnati stays in Cincinnati. Goes to Children's Hospital, obviously, for, lung disease, research, prevention, education. So all that money goes towards their mission. And again, all that stays local. So, let's see, we had, our team time was 26 minutes and 26 and a half minutes. The second place team was about another 8.5 minutes behind, longer than us or whatever. So we're happy to report that. So as far as, I'll just kind of go down the line as far as the members that participated, obviously myself, the first, you can just stay there, Chris Houtman, Andrew Meyer, Anthony Malfetta, Ben Pritchard, Nick Conklin, and in the back is Scott Summers. So all these guys have participated in this event on this team with us before. Andrew Meyer, this was his first time this year. Anthony works over at Mason Fire Department, but he was on our fire department for a number of years, and so we like having him around. So so we're all happy. We take fitness, very seriously. I'd say pretty much all of us, work out to some degree year round, and then usually, towards the fall or December is when we really kind of start, kicking into high gear, if you will. So, as far as fundraising, our team this year brought in $6,122. Last year we brought in about $3,200. As far as where all that money comes from, we have a good chunk of change that comes from our full-time union. Full-time union has 2 charity events every year. We have a bowling event, and then we have our charity golf outing, which, by the way, this year is on August 25th. Correct, Scott? August 25th. So the monies that we got actually was from that last, the event last year. There's about $4,000 that was donated towards the cause. The part-time association kicked in some money, and actually we've had, both this year and last year, we had a $1,000 donation from a Delhi Township resident who, her daughter actually passed away from cancer, but her daughter participated in the event, and she actually made a team of probably 10 or so participants and brought in a lot of money. So we're very fortunate and very happy with that donation as well. She's done that for us twice now. So I believe that's pretty much all I have. So, really happy to participate in this event. It's a big challenge. It's hard. It's very difficult to do. But so far, these guys keep coming back. So, but it's a good thing for us, for our department, and for the cause. So.
Okay, thank you. So we're going to pass a motion, then we'll present you with your certificates, all right? Okay.
Motion 2017-096, recognize the Delhi Fire Department members for their dedication and outstanding performance in this year's American Lung Association Fight for Air Climb at the Crew Tower and presenting them each with a certificate of commendation.
I move motion 2017-096.
Second the motion.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right. As everybody should come up, she's going to give us, come on up.
Well, I'll face this way, how's that? All right,
Okay.
you want to be on the camera? Okay. So what your commendation says is, congratulations, the certificate is to commend Team Delhi for honorably representing the Delhi Township Fire Department in the 2017 American Lung Association's Fight for Air Climb Firefighter Challenge, winning the event with the fastest combined time of 26 minutes and 30 seconds and raising, we have the number wrong, $5,622 for the ALA. Team Delhi members, Lieutenant Dan Alberts, firefighter Nick Conklin, firefighter Jesse Crook, firefighter Chris Hopman, firefighter Ben Pritchard, firefighter Andrew Meyer, firefighter Scott Summers, and Anthony Molfetta, a career firefighter at another department who ran with the Team Delhi because he worked with them in the past. Thank you for commitment to a great cause and call to be physically fit and ready to respond to any call for service. Adopted by means of motion 2017-096 at the regular meeting of the Delhi Township Board of Trustees on the 12th day of April 2017. So that's to be hung.
Yes.
And then each one of you will get a certificate.
All right, thank you.
No, thank you. All right, so you want to start?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I got one extra one for a guy. Yeah, he's on.
Missing? Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you from all of us.
We will. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I will. Any comments?
Oh, congratulations. And we're so proud of Team Delhi.
Trustee?
Congratulations, 5 years in a row. I always say now we expect 6.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But we know you're the one to beat
A
down there.
true
'Cause they talk
six-pack.
about-
You haven't let me down yet.
You're right. Okay, at this time, anybody related with the firemen themselves, if you'd like to be dismissed, you do not have to
We
stay for the rest of the meeting. We thank you for coming and thank you for everything you do.
Thank you.
Okay, next, Parks and Recreation.
Resolution 2017-094, resolution authorizing summer recreation programs, participation fees, employees and instructors, entering into 2017 spring and fall softball coordinator service contract, authorizing the Parks and Recreation Director to execute the contract, and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Any discussion on this resolution?
Thank you, trustees. It's the same contract as last year, just changed dates.
Okay, thank
I
you.
move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with second reading.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Oswald?
Yes.
Resolution passes. Okay. Mr. Torbeck, you wanted to talk about the farmer's market.
I've got two things to talk about. The first one is the farmer's market. We sent a proposed agreement over for you to review. Hopefully, we'll have a resolution to accept that agreement next trustee meeting. It's something we're excited about. It's a farmer's market we are proposing to bring to Clearview Lake. It's starting June 10th and running every Saturday from 9:30 to 1:30 till the end of October. Typical farmer's market as far as your vendors, anything from food, jewelry, or anything like that. Once it's passed, if it is passed, we'll start marketing it and getting the word out about, if you want to become a vendor, if you're interested, to contact us and the person we're working with. I think it's a good thing for Delhi. It's something I think a lot of residents have been wanting for a while. So we're happy to present that opportunity to bring it to Delhi this year.
Okay, will she be changing vendors week to week? Do you know what that plan is?
She has to present a list of vendors to me a week before each farmer's market. So the opportunity to change is certainly there. Hopefully it does, because that means it's gaining in popularity and more vendors are coming. But each vendor has to be approved by me, so if anything that might be deemed inappropriate, I can
Okay.
certainly voice my opinion on it before it comes.
Trustee Oswald?
How many vendors do you initially anticipate?
She expects 20 at the first one, but from what I'm hearing, it could exceed 20 at the first one. The hope is to get to about 40 by the end of the year.
And then where do you plan on putting it in the park specifically?
So Clearview Lake, the new pavement area would be used strictly for parking. The part that we did not put new pavement down would be where the farmer's market would actually be located.
Okay. And as far as additional employees or hours, I mean, is there?
Not much, really. With the hiring of our special event and program coordinator, that was already something she was going to be tasked with working on getting a farmer's market. So now that we've got one coming in, it's nothing additional. It's something we planned on doing anyway.
Okay, thank you.
And each vendor needs to bring their own tent, set up whatever. We're not providing tables, chairs, anything of that sort.
We're not providing anything except for a couple extra garbage cans,
Okay.
just to help with cleanup.
Okay. Trustee Seavey, any questions?
We've talked about this for a number of years, so I'm really glad to see it finally come about, because I think it's something that people at Delhi have been envious of other communities having. So, yeah, that's great.
It's exciting.
Okay, thank you. And now, playground equipment.
And the second thing is the Civic Association donation project. Jack alluded to earlier. I think we came up with something that works within the budget and kind of fits the needs of what we're looking for. It's a 2 to 5 year old playground, which we don't really have specifically in the park right now, and it would be situated next to the playground we have currently. It'll fit right there. It'll make it accessible, ADA, because of the paved sidewalk going there. So it's a good fit, fits in the budget, and we're excited to get moving forward with it. I think everybody was in agreement that it's what we were looking for with the donation, so we're excited to move forward.
And in that budget is the permanent plaque or something with the verbiage we've already discussed prior to that?
Yes, we definitely have room for that. The playground itself is just under 10,000, then we have some surfacing, but then we have a little bit left over for a plaque.
Okay,
Good.
very good. Any questions?
No.
Okay. Thank you, Mrs. Torbeck.
Thank you.
Appreciate you persevering with that. Okay, community development.
Resolution 2017-095, resolution entering into contract for services with Allison's Landscaping, Inc. to perform nuisance abatement services and to repair or secure dangerous structures, authorizing the township administrator to execute the contract and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Any discussion on this resolution, Mr. Cameron?
I will pinch hit for Mr. DeLong on this one. He wanted me to talk about the process they went out for to get bids on this mowing and going out and dealing with our abatements around the township. So they got 4 bids, and Allison was the lowest. And I think it's about $8 less per man hour because they bid it, on the different things, whether it's trimming or bush hogging or what. So they're about $8 cheaper. And this coincides with your motion a little after your next resolution to terminate the current contract. But Allison came in the lowest. They're in Delhi and do this kind of work, so he was pretty happy about it.
Okay, thank you.
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Oswald?
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Resolution 2017-096, resolution certifying violation abatement expenses at 5174 Rapid Run Road to the county auditor for assessment and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Any discussion on this resolution, Mr. Cameron?
No, ma'am?
Okay.
Whoa. I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Oswald?
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Motion, do you want to talk about this one, or are we okay?
After you make it.
Motion 2017-097, approve the termination of nuisance abatement contract affiliated with Resolution 2008-107.
I move motion 2017-097.
Second the motion.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes. Motion passes. Do you have a question, Mrs. Seavey?
Checking the date. We're okay.
Okay, we're good?
Yeah, I think.
Okay. All right. Public Works.
Resolution 2017-097, resolution authorizing the placement of advertisements for bids for the Delhi Township Street Rehabilitation and Repair Project, number 2017-A, and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Any discussion on this resolution, Mr. Rippinger?
Thank you, trustees. This resolution gives us the ability to put the contract out for bid, just advertise. We also have a partnership with Hamilton County, doing a couple of streets with them this year, and that agreement was approved a couple of weeks ago from the commissioners. And I also just wanted to point out that if you ever want more information on our road project, you can usually find an article on Cincinnati.com or on our website.
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Oswald?
Yes.
Resolution passes. Okay, Police Department? Nothing? Nothing? Okay. Anybody have questions of the chief?
No.
No, thank you for being here. Okay, Fire Department.
Resolution 2017-098, resolution authorizing a joint agreement between Hamilton County and Delhi Township for the installation of a traffic signal preemption system at Delhi Road and Greenwell Avenue, and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Any discussion on this resolution? Chief Campbell.
Thank you, trustees. This is in regards to the new station, and the preemption device is being installed because we're ready to go operational May 1st. So in line with that, this preemption device, the resolution allows us to enter the agreement with the commissioners in order for us to install this preemption device that will alleviate any traffic concerns we have with getting emergency vehicles traveling southbound on Greenwell approaching that intersection. Basically, it'll allow the operators of those vehicles to proceed on a green light, and then both east and west side of the intersection on Delhi and the northbound lane on Greenwell will be red. So any concerns that folks in the area that have seen backups in those areas, this should alleviate that and take care of it.
Okay, thank
I
you.
move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Oswald?
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Resolution 2017-099, resolution authorizing the placement of a legal notice to bidders for proposals for supply of self-contained breathing apparatus, rapid intervention team packs, and optional equipment, and dispensing with the second reading.
I introduce and move the adoption of this resolution.
I second the adoption of this resolution.
Any discussion on this resolution, Chief?
Unfortunately, when we put the previous resolution out, we advertised, and the feedback we received, because we had no one actually bid the proposal, they weren't aware of it through our advertisement. So this will allow us to advertise again, and we'll give them more of a heads up.
So it'll be different advertising?
Nothing has changed with the proposal, but yes, we're
You're
proposing,
being-
or we're re-advertising. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I move to dispense with the second reading of this resolution.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Oswald?
Yes.
Resolution passes. Okay, we don't have any citizen comments tonight. We do have announcement of community events. Mr. Luby.
The Honor Flight Tri-State will be Tuesday, April 18th, 2017. This will be the first of 5 scheduled flights. The High Branch Library Program, Job Search with Carrie Dressman, will be Tuesday, April 25th at 7 p.m. Will be at the Delhi Branch Library at 5095 Foley Road. The Delhi Veterans Memorial Park Wall Number 7 fundraiser will be April 26th through May 1st. Will be at Robin Florist and Garden Center at 352 Pedretti Road. The Cleanup Delhi Day event, sponsored by Delhi Township, will be Saturday, May 6th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. It will be at the Delhi Senior Community Center at 647 Neeb Road.
Okay, Mr. Ryan, could you please explain to our citizens what is not acceptable?
At the yard waste, first off, I'd like to, the Enquirer and the press had a thing, article in the press that said you must call to register for this event. This is not a thing that you need to register for. This is free to all Delhi residents. So you do not have to call the office to register. We do not accept yard waste, any kind of closed drums, batteries, liquids, hazardous waste, paints, or any kind of chemicals. Along that line, we will take refrigerators, freezers, air conditioners, anything with Freon in it, as long as there is a certificate of evacuation attached to the unit. Usually you can call your local HVAC company or something like that, $25, $30, you can get the certificate, they'll evacuate the Freon safely, and then we'll dispose of everything else for you. We will take tires, as long as they're off the rims. Lawnmowers we'll take as long as all the fluids are drained from them. And all your general garbage, like your lawn furniture, our regular furniture, any kind of regular household waste, things like that, we will take.
Computers?
We do not take computers. We will take TVs, stereos, and things like that. As far as computers, at this time, they do not do well because what we do right now goes directly into the landfill. I have been talking to some companies where hopefully next year we'll be able to take electronics. They can always call me at my office, and I've got connections on where you can take electronics or the computer stuff to be disposed of. And as far as like extra paint and everything, you can actually dry it out with cat litter or sawdust, and Rumpke will take that from you, so you don't have to worry about the paint anymore.
Okay. All right. And we do have to be a citizen. You're going to ask for proof of residency.
Yes, proof of residency is required. It's May 6th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and be in line by 1 p.m. because we do cut you off. And also the same day is the shred day for the Delhi Business Association, which is right next door to C.O. Harrison.
Okay,
Correct.
great. Thank you. Any questions?
One comment.
Yes, ma'am.
This is one day a year. The rest of the time, these articles are not to be dumped at the recycling bins. Is that correct, Mr. Ryan?
Yes, ma'am. You're very correct. I would appreciate people reading what is acceptable at the recycling bins and what is not. I really would appreciate people breaking down their boxes. And naturally do not stack materials outside of the dumpsters. Materials that are stacked outside of the dumpsters, if they're blocking the dumpsters, Rumpke will not be able to pick up the dumpsters. We make every effort to keep the dumpsters completely compacted as much as we can. They are emptied every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. We're there usually on Sunday, Wednesday, and sometimes on Friday, compacting everything down. So, we just ask you to work with us, be patient.
Okay.
We're trying.
Thank you for everything you do to keep that place as clean as possible. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Okay. Mr. Luby.
The document shredding event sponsored by the Delhi Business Association is Saturday, May 6th. It'll be from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at C.O. Harrison School at 585 Neeb Road. The Delhi Citizens Police Association golf outing is Friday, June 9th. Lunch is served at 11:30. Tee-off is at 1 p.m. It'll be at Aston Oaks Golf Course at 1 Aston Oaks Drive, North Bend, Ohio, 45052.
Okay. We do have one other announcement. Trustee Oswald?
The Riverview Delhi Kiwanis Rolling on the River Car Show is July 23rd, 2017. It starts at 8 o'clock a.m. It is rain or shine.
Okay, thank you. That's a great event every year, so thank you. Okay, we do have a need to go into executive session tonight, so Mr. Luby, if we can have the motion.
Motion 2017-098 to retire to executive session.
I have a motion 2017-098 to retire to executive session to consider the appointment, employment, and/or compensation of public employee of the township.
Second the motion.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Oswald?
Yes.
Motion carries. Okay, thank you for coming tonight. We do have, our next meeting will be Wednesday, April 26th, and we want to wish all of you out there happy Passover or happy Easter, whatever you're celebrating. Thank you.